uh, I forgot the guy's name.
What are you thinking?
Ottocon's grandfather,
Oh, Huey.
Huey. That's it. Yeah, everyone's just like talking at him, and he's just like,
He's like,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, okay.
I'll just stand around for 12 hours and smoke this
I mean,
cigar.
yeah, oh yeah, that too. I was gonna say, like, I mean, it's no point of like saying anything. Like, as soon as you start the first mission, you get to Miller. I knew trouble was happening because, like, wait a minute, like, hold up, he's not talking much to me. Like, something's wrong. This whole entire game's wrong.
Yeah.
But
Because didn't they
mm,
have David Hayter do the voice in Ground Zeroes, the like sort of prologue demo thing?
I was gonna say that's where the controversy like began. He wasn't brought on
What at all?
at all. Ground Zeroes was still Kiefer Sutherland. That's where the introduction Kiefer
Oh,
Sutherland began.
yeah, because I remember the teaser trailer
Mhm.
for Phantom Pain, and it had David Hayter, and yeah, he delivered the iconic "kept you waiting," huh? And yeah, everyone was like, "Yeah, more Big Boss," and
Mhm.
then Konami happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was like because like from interviews I've heard, he's had to audition for that role multiple times over for each iteration of the game, and I would think like after by the time you hit the third one, like even the third one, you had to had to basically like kind of like almost like interview for the job again and kind of test
Mm,
himself. And I would think by the fourth one, like, all right, you're in. There's nobody else going to voice this character or any type of character, like variation of this character. But
mm.
no, I think maybe because they threw so much money at it, I think Kojima wanted to like get right into Hollywood. Maybe I don't know. All I remember is that like when it was going down, that's when it like started beginning. Like I started like going away from social media because then I started seeing like David Hayter reacting from like the news from fans,
Yeah.
and it was just like, okay, I gotta like hit mute on all this because I don't want anybody to say anything. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a good game. It's nothing
Hmm.
I'm ever gonna bash on. It's pretty good. It's really good.
Yeah, I do have the like all-in-one bundle
Mhm.
thing. I picked it up on sale at one point. So I've got Ground Zeroes, I've got Phantom Pain, and I've got the myriad of microtransactions and mini DLCs and whatever they put out for it. There's mainly weapons and stuff, I think, and like arms, skins, and whatever.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Um,
yeah, good.
but yeah, I dabbled with Ground Zeroes at one point. I've played a couple, two or three, maybe four missions of Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, but I haven't delved into it properly.
I mean, it's a good visit, especially it kind of like it doesn't. It says it's supposed to like answer like everything. Like this is the complete. Like this is answer it all. This is the end. This is what you're
Mm,
gonna. Not really.
yeah,
Really.
yeah,
There's
that's what it
always
was
like
meant to be.
yeah, it was meant to be. And I think it was so funny that he Kojima like was like after every game, it's like, all right, this is it, last one, I'm done, and then just come back like, no, no, keep going, keep going, keep going. And then by the time you get to V, it's like he actually wants to to work on it. He wants to do it and possibly do more afterwards. And then it's like
And
the
then they're like,
reverse.
nah.
They're like, no, we're good. Like goodbye. Uh,
Dear.
I mean, the only people that know that what happened is going to be him and the people who were in charge of Konami. So that those are the only people that know what
Yeah.
what went down and why it went down. And then I was going to say like your what your experience is with the series, and as we're like jumping all around.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's
Mhm,
start with Metal Gear Solid One. So, in terms of mainline continuity,
mhm,
I have played one, two, and three. Little bit of five.
mhm.
Haven't played four at all. Um, and in terms of spin-offs, although I owned Ghost Babel. or
Mhm.
Babel, or however you pronounce it, but never played it, which irks me to this day that I spent the money on it and never played it. And it pains me to have to include this, but I did play the open beta for Metal Gear Survive.
That's okay. I don't judge.
Um,
I don't judge people. I don't judge.
I judged myself. It was awful.
It was.
I mean, it got
Mhm.
it's the core mechanics of Five,
Yeah.
but it just felt off. And I get where they were going
Mhm.
with it, but not everyone needs to jump on the sort of like battle royale zombies bandwagon.
It's like I was gonna say, it had the spirit, but there's no soul to it. Um,
Yeah,
I've never played it. I think that's like the only game I have. Revengeance. It's in my system. I just haven't got
yeah,
around to it.
yeah. I've got it as well. I just haven't played it. But yes, Metal Gear Solid 1,
Mm.
I've played the original PS1 version and the Twin Snakes. Um, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed my time with both. Uh, as a lot of people have said, Twin Snakes is substantially easier
Mhm.
because they didn't update the map to take into account the um, new abilities. First person aiming, being able
Mhm.
to hang off ledges and whatever. But I do like all of the re-recorded audio. I did find out through Gaming Nerd that David Hayter paid to have the audio re-recorded out of his own pocket,
Yeah.
which I thought was amazing as a guy, and shows how committed he is to the character and the franchise, which made it all the more painful that he wasn't in Five.
Mhm.
But I'll try not to keep harping on about that.
I mean,
um,
you're not the only one that harps on
no,
it.
no.
It
But yeah, I don't think I ever completed one on all difficulties, but
mm,
on both I did unlock the tuxedo, the bandana, and the stealth suit. Yeah, the stealth camo,
mhm.
optic camo thing. Um, Metal Gear Solid 2, that's a different beast. I did complete that on every difficulty. Um, and I I never got into speed running as
Mm,
in um, recording and then uploading
yeah.
times, but I did get pretty quick. I think my fastest um, was something like just over 3 hours.
Okay.
Very beginning to very end, obviously skipping all cutscenes, but
Mhm.
um, but yeah, got all the dog tags, unlocked everything, all of the different wigs for Raiden, and um,
Wait, there's.
that.
I was gonna say, hold on. There's wigs.
Raiden has wigs in, or he did in the original PS2 version.
Mhm.
Um, um, one is infinite ammo. I think one is infinite oxygen. And I think it does also get the optic camo. It's been a good long while since I've played two,
Mhm.
um, which is uh, part of the reason I want to get my hands on the HD collection. A friend of mine does have it, but it's buried in one of his boxes somewhere in his house.
Mhm.
I was hoping to borrow it ahead of this, but he couldn't find it. So okay, fair enough. Um, Metal Gear Solid 3, probably my second most played Metal Gear. Um, uh, I have a comparison to it, kind of akin to like the 3D GTA games.
Mm-hmm.
The second game in the series is my favorite, even though the third is the most technically impressive of the three respective. So, I mean, I don't disrespect San Andreas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got a lot more mechanics to it, larger map, a lot more missions, but Vice City just clicked with me. Same with Metal Gear Solid 2. And but yeah, I did put a lot of time into 3. Unlock the Patriot because that's a fun gun to run around with. Can't remember. Actually, I can't remember what most of the unlocks are for 3. But I know I did complete it a good handful of times. Um, uh, and also,
Mm-hmm.
getting back to Metal Gear Solid 1, I did have the VR missions disc as well. That was quite a lot of fun. And I did pick up Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance after that came out. And the VR missions in that were a lot of fun. As was the really weird skateboarding minigame. Yeah,
Oh
Snake,
yeah,
Snake and Raiden just popping ollies and grinding on top of Big Shell. It's like, okay,
I think
well,
I
3
was
had
gonna,
something.
I was gonna say I think that's where Konami clicked for skateboards for them. From then on, it was like, let's put this in the back. It's like we're gonna release skateboards later on, not games,
Hmm.
skateboards.
They're selling skateboards now.
Yeah,
Oh,
for Silent Hill.
of course. Sell everything but video games.
Yeah.
Oh, Konami, what are you doing?
I was gonna say,
Yes, I know.
mm,
Pachinko and merch makes money. You know what else makes money? Making and selling video games.
that's true. And I think for the Castlevania, I don't know if you knew, but for Castlevania anniversary, they released an NFT. I don't know
Why
what
does
happened
that
to it.
not surprise me?
I heard it and I kind of like
Mm.
spread it around when it was like announced. It was like secretly announced, like it was on the webpage, but they didn't really say like we have an NFT Castlevania. It was kind of like it slid in underneath when they actually said like for the anniversary. On top of that, they were going to release like these limited edition physical copy runs. So it
Yeah,
was like that kind of like blinded people a little bit, but then everyone latched on like, wait a minute, your NFTs, and then people were
yeah.
like, oh wait, we have the anniversary of Metal Gear coming up soon. Like,
Oh
like
no.
please no,
Yeah. Oh
please.
no.
Yeah, I mean, and some people were like joking, like, oh, watch, the games that are like taken away because of historical footage are going to be NFTs, which
Yeah.
I hope not. I hope is like actually they acknowledge the anniversary and do something, than nothing.
Let's hope, because I'd love to see 1 to 4
Hmm.
of Metal Gear released, and full 1080p or 1080p slash 4K, depending on
Yeah,
what systems they're released on. But have a retweaked Twin Snakes, maybe have the graphics engine, but remove the extra mechanics. So gameplay wise, it goes back to Metal Gear Solid 1, not 1.5.
hmm
And then have 2 and 3 in full HD. And I'm pretty sure 4 is already 1080p, but it was only on PS3. Um,